In today's lesson, we're going to use different types of materials to show three-digit numbers and to show that we understand the value of each of those digits in the number. We are going to be using what we call MABs. You may have seen these already. We're going to be using bundling sticks, and I'm sure you've seen those as well. And we're also going to try and use some money to show some three-digit numbers. These MAB blocks are being used to show us a certain number. Before we can get started, we need to know what each of these types of blocks represents. The cube by itself represents the ones. These sticks have 10 ones joined together. They represent tens. And these squares are actually 100 tiny little squares all glued together. So we have ones, tens, and hundreds. Let's figure out what this number is. First, let's count up how many ones we have. There is only one. There's only one there. So we would just write the number 1 in the ones position. Now let's move over into the tens column. There are 1, 2, 3 tens. So we would write that. We know that means there's 30, but we would just write the number 3 in the tens position. Now let's move to the hundreds and count up how many hundreds we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 hundreds. Now we know that the value is 400, but when we write the number, we just put the number 4 in the hundred position. So the number that this MAB is showing is 431. We can see there are 4 hundreds there, 100, 200, 300, 400. There are 3 tens there, 10, 20, 30, and there is 1, 1. So we have 431. Now, again, I would like you to figure this one out before I tell you the answer. Have a look at what the MAB blocks are showing you. Remember, these are our hundreds, these are our tens. Okay, have a go at writing down the number you think that is showing. Let's see how you went. Okay, remember we start with the ones, but there are no ones there. Remember, we still need to write something down. We can't leave it blank. So we would put a 0 in the ones position. Now let's move over to the tens. I can see that there are 2 tens. That means there's 20. We don't write 20 in the tens column, we just put a 2 in there. Now let's look at our hundreds. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means there are 600 there. Okay, but we don't write 600 in the hundreds position, we just put the digit 6. So we can see that number is 620. Let's check. There are 0 ones, so we wrote a 0 in the ones position. There are 2 tens, which represent the value of 20, 10, 20. So we put a 2 in the tens column. And then we can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hundreds, which shows the value of 600. So we put a 6 in the hundreds column, showing the number 620. Here we have a three-digit number, 215. We're going to use these MA blocks to show that number. So let's start with the ones. How many ones do you think we're going to need to make 215? That's right, 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's move across to the tens now. How many tens will we put? Remember to look at the tens position in this number. That's right, we only need 1, because there's 1 10. How many hundreds are in this number? Look in the hundreds column, there's 2. So we need 2 hundreds blocks. So there we have 215. 200 blocks, 1 10, and 5 ones to show the number 215. Okay, this time we have the number 405. I want you to pause this and go and get some MAB blocks. And I want you to have a go at making 405 yourself before I show you how to do it. Let's see how you went. Okay, starting with the ones. How many ones do we need? Remember to look at the position in the number 405. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's move into the tens column. You can see here there's the digit 0 in the tens column. So how many tens did you put? That's right, you should have left that blank. Okay, now let's move over to the next number. The digit 4 is in the hundreds column. So how many hundreds did you pull out? You should have pulled out 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those blocks there show the number 405. These bundling sticks have been used to show a 3-digit number. Let's quickly revise what these pictures show us. These ones over here represent ones. These ones represent 10 because there are 10 bundling sticks bundled together. And these over here represent 100 because there are 100 bundling sticks in a group together. Let's write down what 3-digit number these materials are representing. Let's start with the ones. Here are the ones over here. Let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we write 5 as our first number in the ones position. Now let's look at the tens. We've got 1, 2, 3, showing 10, 20, 30. Now we know that's the value of 30, but when we're writing it as a 3-digit number, we just put a 3 in the tens position. Okay, let's move over to the hundreds now. I've got 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bundles of 100. So when we go to write that, we just put a 7 in the hundreds position. So the number that these bundling sticks are showing is 735. We have 700 sticks bundled together here. We have 30 bundled together here. And we have 5 loose ones over here, making the number 735. Now it's your turn. I want you to use a piece of paper and a pencil, and I want you to write down the 3-digit number that these bundling sticks are showing you. Then come back and check your answer. All right, let's see how you went. Let's start with the ones again. Let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 ones. We put that in the ones position. Okay, let's move across to our tens now. 1, 2, 3. 3 tens. We know the value of that is 30, but we've just put the number 3 in the tens position. Let's count up our hundreds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's showing 500 there, but we just write the number 5 in the hundreds position. Now we can see it's showing the number 538. Is that what you got? Well done. What we're going to do here is use these bundling sticks over here to show the number 702, just like what we did with the MABs. Okay, let's start in the ones column. I can see that there are 2 ones, so I need to drag over 2 ones. 1, 2. Let's move across to the tens column. I can see that it says there are 0 tens. So do I need to put any of these tens out? No, that's right. So I'd leave them. Next, I move to the hundreds column. I can see it says there's 700. Okay. So I need to move out 700s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I might need to rearrange that a bit so you can see it. Okay, if I counted this, it would show 702. We can count in hundreds here. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 701, 702. So those materials that we've put out there show the number 702. Yes, it's your turn this time. I want you to get some bundling sticks, and I want you to make the number 413 with bundling sticks. Then I want you to come back and check your answer. So press pause, off you go and make the number 413. Okay, how did you go? I can see it says there are 3 ones, so I need to move 3 ones out to here. 1, 2, 3. Next I move to the tens. I can see in the number 413 that there is 1 10. So I just move out 1 10. Then I look in the hundreds column. I can see it says there are 4 hundreds. So I move out 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I count that up now, 100, 200, 300, 400, 10, 11, 12, 13, 413. How did you go? Did yours look like that? Now we're going to look at using money to show 3-digit numbers. This money has been laid out to show us a 3-digit number. The $1 coins represent the ones, the $10 notes represent the tens, and the $100 notes represent the hundreds. Let's write the 3-digit number these materials are showing us, starting at the ones. Okay, I can see in the ones there's 1, 2. So I would write 2 in the ones position. Now let's move across to the tens. I can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens. I know that the value of that is 50, but I just need to write the number 5 in the tens position. Now let's look at the hundreds. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hundreds. I know that means that there is 700, but I just need to write the number 7 in the hundreds position. So these materials here are showing the number 752. Yes, it's your turn again. Alright, I want you to pause this video and I want you to write down the 3-digit number that these materials here are showing you. How did you go? Starting in the ones column. There's only 1 there, so I would write the number 1 in the ones column. Let's move across to the tens. There's 1, 2 tens there. The value of that is 20, but I just need to write the number 2 into the tens column. Let's look at the hundreds now. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 hundreds there. That means there's a value of 400, but I just write the number 4 in the hundreds position. So these materials here are showing 421. Is that the answer you got? Okay, on this page we need to make the number 561 using these materials here. Let's get started. Alright, let's look at this number, 561. How many ones will I need? I look to the ones column, just 1. So move that out there. Now I need to look back at the number and figure out how many tens I need to put out. So I look for the tens column, it's the number 6. So I need 6 tens to make 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let's look at the hundreds column. There's 500, so I need 5 hundreds out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have made the number 561. Now it's time for you to go and practice making some 3-digit numbers using different types of materials.